Emma inherited an antique mirror from her late grandmother, its ornate frame glimmering with an unsettling allure. She was warned never to look into it at midnight, but curiosity gnawed at her. One fateful night, unable to resist, she stood before it as the clock struck 12. The air grew still, heavy with an unspoken dread. As she peered into the glass, her reflection began to shimmer, distorting into an ominous version of herself. Her eyes widened in horror as a figure slowly emerged behind her, a shadowy version of her grandmother, lips twisted in a malevolent grin. Emma spun around, heart racing, but the room was empty. Confused and terrified, she turned back to the mirror. The reflection now showed her grandmother reaching out, beckoning her closer. Desperate to understand, Emma leaned in, her breath fogging the glass. Suddenly, the mirror's surface rippled like water, and her grandmother's voice echoed in her mind, whispering secrets of vengeance and betrayal. In that moment, Emma realized it wasn't just a reflection, it was a portal. With a chilling finality, the mirror swallowed her scream, trapping her forever in the liminal space between worlds, while her own reflection grinned back, free at last. In the heart of the city, renowned art thief Marco planned his next move under the cover of night. Rumors spread of a priceless painting at the city museum, a vibrant masterpiece that captivated all who beheld it. Little did he know, Clara, an undercover art investigator, had been trailing him for weeks. As Marco silently slipped into the museum, Clara followed closely, her heart racing. The dimly lit halls echoed their footsteps as Marco expertly bypassed security. Just when he reached the canvas, Clara revealed herself, blocking his path. "Not so fast, Marco," she shouted, eyes fixed on the painting. He smirked, confident in his escape plan. But Clara was quicker, lunging for a nearby fire alarm. The piercing sound filled the air, causing chaos as alarms blared. With guards rushing in, Marco grabbed the painting and dashed toward the nearest exit. Clara pursued, weaving through startled patrons. In a final desperate move, she tackled him, sending the painting flying. It landed safely in the hands of a nearby guard. Defeated, Marco was apprehended, and Clara stood triumphant. The painting was safe, returning to its rightful place, while Marco contemplated his next misstep.
Sarah found an old portrait at a flea market, its eyes unsettling yet captivating. She hung it in her living room, admiring the lifelike gaze. That night, as she drifted off, she dreamt of the figure in the painting. It smiled, a sinister twist that sent chills down her spine. Waking up, Sarah noticed the expression had shifted, a hint of mockery now lingering on the painted lips. Each night, the changes grew more pronounced. The figure appeared to step closer to the frame, while whispers echoed in her mind. On the fifth night, she could no longer bear it. In a frantic decision, she covered the painting. As darkness fell, she heard a breath behind her. The figure had escaped. It was time for her to paint her own fate.